Hey friends, thanks for stopping by today. It's good to spend some time with you. And I hope I encourage you today with this part of our series on You Have Permission. Today, you have permission to talk to God. We all know that. We call it prayer. And sometimes we struggle with it because we don't see God, so we're not able to talk to Him the way we would talk to another person face to face. We know He's present, we know He hears us, but you know the taking of the time and the finding the place to do that, we all maybe struggle with that to a certain extent. I'm thankful for all of you who talk to God and you find that that is a wonderful relationship you've cultivated. You encourage us. But for those of us who struggle, I just want to remind you, you have permission. Just talk to God. Just use your everyday language. Just talk to Him the way you would talk to any other person. This is something that Jeremiah was encouraged to do. He was in prison for his prophecies against Judah. He was in a place where he really wasn't quite sure what his future held. And God comes to him and says, "Call to me, and I will answer you, and I will show you great and mighty things that you do not know." God was inviting him to a conversation where he was going to reveal to Jeremiah exactly what his future would look like. And when people are at their lowest is when God reminds them that, hey, you can come talk to me. Isaiah, speaking by the Holy Spirit, tells the people, let's seek the Lord while he may be found. Call on him while he's near. They were looking at being overrun by the Babylonians and shipped off into exile. And Isaiah is pleading with them, call on the Lord. Turn away from all the things that you have given yourself to that don't have anything to do with Yahweh. Give yourself to God alone. And God tells them, your ways, they're not my ways. Your thoughts, they're not my thoughts. Everything about me is higher than you. And it's into that context. He says, and if I speak a word, it's going to happen. I promise you that. In fact, here's the word. You're going to go out with joy and be led forth in peace. The mountains and the hills will break forth before you. There'll be shouts of joy, and all the trees of the field will clap their hands. I know some of you were thinking of the song and you just clapped your hands. But this is something that God promises. Come, engage with me, talk to me, bring me your worries and fears. I don't think it's an accident that God gives us this invitation at the time that we're at our lowest. That's because we're probably the most vulnerable. And what we can learn to do, and what I know that I continue to learn to do, is to come to Him after I've built up some time and I've realized, well, I don't feel as vulnerable, but I know that talking to my good Father is a good thing because He's good and He's wise and He has got the best plan. So this is my encouragement. You have permission to talk to God, and I hope that you will do that more. And if you happen to find that you're at the most vulnerable spot when you talk to Him, allow that to be a launch point for new conversations into the future. Times when you maybe don't feel so vulnerable, but you know that your good God and Father has invited you to talk with Him anytime that you want. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next week here on PerkStream.